On a typical Monday morning across the U.S., something unusual is happening inside corporate meeting rooms. When teams gather for their kickoff call, not everyone on the screen works for the company. Some people introduce themselves with phrases like, "I'm here for the project," or "I'm contracted for the quarter." And when the meeting ends, these workers disappear into entirely different schedules, clients, and companies. This blending of full-time employees and contract talent has become so normal that many teams don't even question it anymore. Contract work isn't a side trend. It's becoming a core part of how corporate America operates. Over the last few years, U.S. companies have quietly shifted away from relying only on full-time staff. Instead, they're building hybrid workforces made up of employees, freelancers, consultants, temporary specialists, and independent contractors. This shift is happening fast across industries and for reasons that go beyond simple cost-cutting. One of the biggest drivers is flexibility. Companies today deal with unpredictable markets, fluctuating demand, and rapidly changing customer needs. A full staff might be enough one month, then not nearly enough the next. Contract workers allow companies to scale their workforce up or down instantly. Instead of hiring or laying off employees every time conditions change, they can bring in contract talent for the exact amount of time and skill they need. Another major force behind the rise of contract workers is specialization. Many modern business needs are incredibly specific. Cloud migrations, data cleanups, cybersecurity audits, branding refreshes, app development, equipment installation, compliance work, video production, and more. These tasks require expertise that companies don't need year-round. Hiring a full-time specialist for a short-term project is costly and impractical. Contractors solve that problem by providing targeted skills exactly when they're needed. Cost pressure also plays a major role. Full-time employees come with salaries, benefits, healthcare, paid leave, training, onboarding, and long-term financial commitments. Contract workers don't. Companies pay for the work delivered, nothing more. This model becomes especially appealing during periods of economic uncertainty, budget tightening, or rising operating expenses. Contracting allows companies to manage finances without major layoffs or long-term obligations. Technology has made this shift even easier. Remote work opened the door to hiring contractors from anywhere in the country. Collaboration software, project dashboards, cloud tools, and communication platforms allow teams to work with contractors as easily as with in-house staff. 10 years ago, onboarding a contractor was complicated. Today, it's almost seamless. Another trend fueling contract work is the national talent shortage. Many industries simply can't find enough full-time employees. Healthcare, tech, logistics, manufacturing, accounting, and education are all experiencing worker gaps. Contractors help fill positions that might otherwise remain empty for months. Instead of slowing down operations or overworking their staff, companies are turning to temporary talent to stay productive. Work culture is also changing. More professionals want independence, flexible schedules, and control over their workload. They prefer project-based work, diverse clients, and the ability to choose their career path. Companies aren't just hiring contractors because it benefits them. They're hiring them because that's where talent is migrating. The modern workforce wants options, not rigidity. Companies are also using contractors to protect their teams from burnout. With leaner staffs and heavier workloads, many full-time employees are reaching their limits. Contract workers help absorb pressure during peak seasons, product launches, or busy quarters. They act as a buffer that keeps core teams from collapsing under constant demand. Another overlooked benefit is speed. Full-time hiring can take months. Interviews, approvals, negotiations, onboarding, and training. Contractors, on the other hand, can start immediately. For companies trying to move quickly or hit deadlines, this speed is invaluable. They can bring in expertise on Monday and see results by Friday. This shift is also reshaping corporate structure. Many companies now keep their core teams small and strategic, leaders, specialists, and essential roles, while using contract workers for execution, expansion, and support. It's a modular workforce model. The company stays lean while swapping in talent as needed. However, this trend comes with challenges. Contractors don't always stay long enough to develop deep institutional knowledge. Collaboration can be harder when teams change frequently. And for workers, contract jobs offer flexibility, but often lack stability, benefits, or long-term security. Still, the trade-off appeals to many who value independence over structure. Despite the potential downsides, contract work is continuing to rise because the business environment demands adaptability. Corporate America faces rising costs, fast-changing markets, new technologies, and constant pressure to innovate. A flexible workforce gives companies the agility they need to survive and compete. Industries that once relied heavily on full-time employees, like finance, healthcare, energy, retail, marketing, and transportation, now rely just as heavily on contract help. From traveling nurses to freelance designers to seasonal logistics teams, every sector is embracing the contract model. This movement also reflects a broader shift in how Americans view work. People no longer expect a single employer to define their entire career. They want multiple paths, multiple streams of income, and multiple ways to grow. Contract work enables that. It gives workers independence and companies freedom. In the long run, the rise of contract work suggests that the future of employment in America will be more flexible, more specialized, and more fluid than ever before. Companies will still need full-time employees, but they'll rely on contractors for agility, innovation, and speed. As long as costs rise, skills evolve, and businesses demand faster results, contract workers will remain at the center of corporate America's strategy. They aren't just filling gaps anymore. They're shaping the future of work, one project at a time.